Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. How are you today? Awful rain, but I'm glad you all made it here safely. It looks like we have a good audience of claimants today, applicants. Good afternoon. My name is retired Judge Elizabeth Barrett Anderson. I am the chair of the Criminal Injuries Compensation Commission. This is August 28th at roughly a little bit after 2 p.m. I am going to call this hearing of the Criminal Injuries Compensation Commission to order. First thing I will do is ask the members. I will call your name and please indicate your presence by here. Dr. Lisa Flores here and Jane Flores.
Here.
I got Flores bookends here. We have a quorum. Thank you very much. We have 2 vacancies on our commission. We are a commission of 5 members. Of course, you see the 3 of us here, and we have 2 vacancies, which we have requested the governor to fill promptly. So hopefully we get a quorum of 5, but right now we do have a quorum of 3. I'd like to ask Elisa or Josie to come up to the mic because we need to record it to indicate the open government and publication compliance. You have there? Okay.
Okay, for the open government compliance, notice of this hearing was published in the Guam Daily Post on August 21st, 2026 and August 26, 2026, and further posted on the Government of Guam Notice of Government Meeting portal, as well as the Office of the Attorney General's website as required by law. This hearing is being broadcast on the Office of the Attorney General's YouTube channel. The hearing is open to the public. However, portions of the hearing will be closed to broadcasting and public attendance during adjudication of the victim claims in accordance with Public Law 37-40, Title 8 Guam Code Annotated, Section 16130B. The hearing will be reopened after the adjudication has been completed.
Okay, thank you very much, Lisa. Commissioners, we now have approval of the prior minutes of May 8th of 2026. Minutes were forwarded to the commissioners, and it's only a 2-pager. Any corrections or any comments from the commission? If not, can I have a motion to approve the May 8th minutes?
I make a motion to approve the minutes from May 8, 2026, subject to correction.
Okay, Jane, can I have a second on that?
I second that motion.
Okay. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
We're now on old business, and we have the status of Bill 324-38. That's old business. I'm going to just indicate to all of you, and then Commissioner Flores, Jane Flores, will supplement my comments. Bill 324-38 amends the criminal injuries compensation statute regarding extending the statute of limitations of 18 months to a period of time for good cause. Now, 18 months is still the statute of limitations, but if for some reason a victim or an applies or an applicant applies past the 18 months, the commission can consider that application for good cause. Previously, we did not have a good cause exemption or a consideration. It is discretional with the commission. It's not an automatic. If you miss the 18 months, you get your application considered. It's discretional. 85% of the states have exceptions for good cause. And as a result of one of our cases actually we have today, this law was put forth to the Guam legislature. I want to thank Senator and chairperson of the committee who oversees the commission. I want to thank her for sponsoring the legislation. In addition to Senator Shelley Calvo, Senators Therese Terlahi, Tina Rose Munoz Barnes, Tony Ada, Chris Barnett, Joe S. San Augustine, Frank Bloss Jr., Jesse Lujan, and Sabrina Salas Matanani, who co-sponsored the legislation. It was recently passed by all the members of the Guam legislature. To my knowledge, it was all members. And the bill is and has been forwarded to the governor to enact into law by her signature. And I'd like to ask Jane to give us a status of the governor's consideration of Bill 324-38.
Thank you, Your Honor. And the main sponsor of that bill was Senator Tello Taitigui. Yeah. I emailed the governor this morning, and she has indicated that she will sign the bill. So the bill will soon be law. As soon as her signature is on it, we will be good to go with that. So that is our good cause exemption for.
So we have an affirmation from the governor that she will sign the bill into law. So it's a great day, I think, for victims of crime because the statute of limitations has been very stringent. And I've been on the commission for 5 years. Applicants have been denied because they just missed that statute of limitations. And it can't be, well, it's only 24 hours past the limitation. No, the limitation is a limitation, and it's been pretty harsh. So now we have this good cause exception, and I'm so thankful to Senator Taitigui. I'm thankful to all the senators and to the governor for passing this into law. So I think a good day for victims of crime. Next on our agenda is new business. Our fund, do we have a indication of the fund balances? Oh, I'm sorry, it is right here. I was, commissioners, on the topic of CICC fund levels. Our levels remain strong at 1.2 million. We have a 10,000 federal grant for FY 2025 from the Victims of Crime Act. And so our fund balance remains the same. Unfortunately, our federal funds have gone down and down and down. So we'll see what can be done in Congress with improving our fund balance. The more, commissioners, the more that we use our local funds to pay out from that fund, then the more money the feds will give us. As many of you may or may not know, but for every dollar we give out from our local fund, the federal government will reimburse us 75 cents on the dollar. So the fund doesn't run dry. They will give us 75 cents on our local fund. By the way, the fund is not a revenue fund. It's not a GovGuam revenue fund or taxes. This fund comes from fines that are paid by defendants in the list of 28 various violent crimes. Whenever a judge orders the defendant to pay a fine, let's say in a murder case, as an example, if the defendant does pay that fine, then the fine goes into the Criminal Injuries Compensation Fund. And it cannot be used for anything else but compensation to victims of crime. So it's a very, very good fund. We've only been in operation for 10 years, and we're doing our best to reach out to victims of crime. And every time we have a hearing, I think the work of the commission becomes stronger and stronger, as you can see by the legislation we just had enacted. With regard to, I indicated that the federal funding status, we are not as as liquid as we would like to be, but we can try and work on that in the future. If I had had my notes that I left at home, there was something else under new business I wanted to get to, but I don't remember quite here. Commissioners, is there anything under new business with regard to the fund or federal funding or the federal program at all? Anything else you would like to add? Nothing, Lisa? Ladies and gentlemen, the commissioners just want to get to work. And I agree. I agree with them. As indicated when we opened the hearing, a portion of the hearing is closed, and that's by statute. Many of you are victims here, and I know you don't want to just sit in an open forum with YouTube out there and you know, tell the story of what happened to you and the loss you may have suffered. So we are allowed by law to close this portion of the hearing. We will be recording it, but it won't be on YouTube. So what I'm going to ask all of you to do is to, if you could excuse yourself from the hearing room, if you could go outside to the hallway. I don't know if we have chairs. And you will be called back in when your case comes before to the commission. We'll call it one by one. And then you will come in here for that particular case, but nobody else will be in here except individuals. I have a few other individuals who are here from the Guam Police Department. Their presence here is to find out and to know more about the work that we do here on the commission. We aren't exactly, we're kind of law enforcement, but we're kind of not law enforcement, but we work with law enforcement officers. And so I'm so glad to have representatives from the Guam Police Department here. And they learn from us and we learn from them. So with that, before everyone leaves, I now remember what I wanted to do. In addition to the commissioners that are here, I wanted to, for the record, indicate that the staff members of the Criminal Injuries Compensation Commission are Josette Guzman, Alyssa Munoz, Frankie Lucky Paulino back there. Yeah. And our IT person, Lauren Carino, right? Yeah. I know Lori, but did I get his name? Okay. Lori's back there. And I want to thank the Attorney General's office for assigning these wonderful personnel from the Attorney General's office. They are not employees of the commission. They are employees of the Attorney General's office. And we could not do the work without the assignment. And I thank General Moylan for assigning these fine employees of his staff to the commission. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, may I ask you to, I can say it as a former judge, all rise, all rise. And we will call you back in.
The first person just